Alright, what's going on, guys? We are back with another Dokkan Battle video, and today we're going to do something a little bit different, something we haven't really done on the channel yet, and this is going to be kind of going over the hidden potential builds for the EZA LR Ultimate Gohan and the LR Power Awakened Piccolo. So, still trying to figure out the best way to kind of display this and to kind of talk about this, so kind of bear with me here on this video. This is like a trial run here. We'll see, if you guys like this sort of video, we will do this more often. We can refine this kind of thing and figure out how to best get this info out to you guys. So, of course, a lot of the ways that you can build hidden potentials for these characters is a lot just kind of based on your play style, the style of events that you guys are running, right? Events nowadays are a lot more kind of situational based. Basically just depends on what kind of event you're running, right? Because bosses are so different nowadays than what they used to be, that sometimes like one team that could dominate a lot of the events might not do the same for somewhere else. So always take this with a little bit of grain of salt. A lot of this is just my personal preference and just how I think the best way to build these characters are in general, and of course can be kind of tailored to your different play style. So let's start off here with Ultimate Gohan. Ultimate Gohan was one of those characters that let's say he just got clowned, right? Because of this guy, because of Beast. When this guy released, everybody thought we were gonna get a Beast Gohan, and turns out we did not. Only Beast Gohan that shows up in this card is during the active skill. Now, for his EZA, they went above and beyond and made this guy very, very good, right? He was kind of mediocre-ish. He was good when he first came out, but now with his EZA, dude, he is so much better. So again, let's kind of just look through his kit really quick so we can kind of figure out how we want to tailor his hidden potential. So he does have interest animation, right, which does give him a bunch of ki. It gives him a bunch of attack and defense and guard, which is great because ki was one of his big issues. So they've kind of alleviated that, especially for the very first turn, to kind of get him started. After that, it's kind of up to you. He does build up ki for every super attack that he does. He is guaranteed a extra super in that first turn. So that is going to build up his attack and defense all the way. That's going to give him the extra ki that he's going to need there. He's going to be good, right? And he's getting ki +1 per ki 0 obtained. So a lot of the ki that he was needing, he is getting. Now, what does that have to do with building his hidden potential? So if we look at the rest of his kit, he already has an additional built-in. He has some damage reduction. He's got guard. He's got this additional attack and defense. Once you hit this active skill or getting 24 ki, he's going to guaranteed crit. Now, this becomes very important because building in his kit, right? If he is going to get all this ki, he's going to guarantee crit that first turn. He's going to get that super attack. If you get the hidden potential off, you're going to get the full build up here. He's getting extra ki. A lot of times, man, you're going to be hitting this. You're going to hit this a lot more often than what you used to with this character. So with him getting guaranteed crit at 24 ki, honestly, I don't think you really need to put any crit into his kit. Now, what I did with mine was I did not put any crit in there. We'll switch over to the game here once I kind of explain some of this stuff a little bit more, and I'll show you exactly how I built my guy out. Now, when it comes to other aspects, right, I would say to prioritize additionals and dodge, right? Because there's no dodge built into his kit. He does have guard, which is good. He's got 40% damage reduction, which is okay. He does build up a lot of defense, which is great. Then you get down here when he gets a super attack. He does have that damage reduction up by 15% for the first 4 turns and can nullify ki blast supers. After this kind of goes away, or after the 4th turn, on the 5th turn, he's got a great chance to get the damage reduction and a great chance to nullify. So it's not guaranteed anymore, right? So you're gonna want that dodge chance because that might save you against one of these, right? If he gets a ki blast super launched at him on turn 5, if he doesn't nullify it, he's gonna get hurt. He's gonna get hit pretty hard. If he doesn't get this procced damage reduction, he's gonna get hit pretty hard. So I would say building in additionals and dodge are probably the priorities for him. And then you can kind of secondarily look at either defense or attack. Just depends on how you want to run him for which event you're doing, right? Depending on what team you build him on, depending on what event you're doing. I don't think you can go wrong with defense or attack boosts. just because, like, one, he's built to hit hard. He is. But if you want him to withstand a little bit more, giving him a little bit extra defense is not a bad thing. Now, if we look down here at his, look at the active skill, right? It just raises attack temporarily, disables enemy's turn, which is fine. I mean, that really does nothing here except help us out with getting that crit, right? Guaranteed crit on his active, so that is going to be huge. For this, his super attacks, right? So his 12 key, he is just going to greatly raise attack defense for the turn. That's it, right? He's not a stacker. He's not doing anything crazy here. His 18 key, however, he is going to greatly raise his attack for 4 turns. 4 turns he is raising this. So if you keep him on rotation, he is basically going to keep this buff up pretty consistently, and he's going to look very, very good and be very, very strong. So if you're building, if you put in additional attack power and you throw in some additionals into his kit, this is going to be huge, right? Because you're going to get this off, you're going to hit very, very hard. Then you're going to build up a little bit for the turn here, throw out a couple extra attacks, building up your attack and defense for that turn, and you're going to be hitting very, very hard with this character. So, in my opinion, I think for this guy, we are looking more at additional and dodge with a secondary priority of defense or attack, right? And those are interchangeable. Defense and attack are completely interchangeable, again, just depending on your playstyle. If we switch over to the game here, I do have the hidden potential pulled up for Gohan here on my account. As you can see, I have definitely prioritized additional and then dodge. And then I've kind of gone back and forth on the bronze attack and defense. I've kind of swapped back and forth depending on what event I'm running. I've got the additional and some more defense in there for the silver slot. And then for the gold, again, another additional attack, right? And you can throw in more dodge. You can throw in more defense. You can throw in more attack. But this is the way that I've built him out so far, and so far he's done pretty well. I haven't really had any issues with him at all. The dodge may not proc as much because, again, it's not that much. It's not really built into his kit. But now that I do have some in his hidden potential, the chance is there, right? I at least give myself the chance to have him dodge in case of any sort of emergency or like just really bad luck. So when we go back over here, we'll look at Piccolo next. Kind of go through his kit again the same way we just did with Gohan, and then we will pull him up over in game and I'll show you exactly how I've built him out. Now Piccolo is kind of the opposite of Gohan. Gohan is built to attack. He is built to be ruthless. He's built to just dish out those big numbers. Piccolo is meant for defense. He's a very defensive character, right? You can build out his attack if you want to, but you're probably not going to get that much out of him doing damage as opposed to him defending, right? He's got the giant form skill. That right there is another defensive mechanic. So again, defense for this guy is what I recommend. Now he's got his entrance animation as well, which will give him 30% damage reduction for the first turn. And then he's getting 200% attack and defense and guard for the rest of battle, which is great. This right here is great. I do kind of hate this is only for 1 turn, but that does make him very good in that first turn to be able to help build up what he does need from the rest of his passive down here. So as we look, he is also getting the extra ki. I have found him to have a little bit more ki issues than Gohan, which is actually kind of crazy to say. He does have the chance to crit and damage reduction up by 40% just built into his base kit. So right there, you've already got 40% damage or 40% critical. So you really don't have to worry too much about this. For every attack that he does receive, he's getting more ki, he's getting more attack and defense, right? So again, putting some additionals, or not some additionals, this is received, right? So a little bit more defense. You're gonna want this guy to be able to defend himself and not die from getting hit here while you're trying to build him up. Now, as the first attacker of ki, he does of course get the extra defense before he does attack. He's getting the extra attack build up from getting hit. He's getting more crit chance here, and he's giving ki to his allies. If you look at this, man, it's again no brainer. Like I said, he's got crit built in here. He's got some crit built in here. If you do decide to put him in slot 1, he's not built to be an offensive character. He just isn't. So focusing on crit for this character, I think, is not necessary, right? And again, it all just depends on how you want to run them. But I think for this guy, you're wanting defense. You want defense. Some people will go away from dodge because he does need to have these attacks received. But again, you will build this up. He's not going to dodge every attack. He doesn't have dodge built into his kit. So I say throw some dodge on this boy, right? Because there are going to be times where, yeah, you want to get hit here to build up. But what if you get hit by the wrong attack? You get hit by the wrong attack, you get hit by the wrong super, and he just dies. And he gets killed because he didn't get a chance to fully build up yet. You want to give him that fighting chance to survive. So with all of this said, right, as we kind of look through his kit here, right, down here, he's supporting his allies. He's got the HP threshold here when you drop below 30% that he is going to fully recover HP. He's crit and damage reduction goes up again. Again, here you go, more crit. So I don't think it's necessary. I don't think crit is necessary because if you look, let's see, where is it? So 40% here. Then if you go down, if he's the first attacker and he receives a hit, he's got another 40%. You're at 80%. Once you get this off and activated, he's got another 15%, which brings him up to 95% crit. You really do not need to throw any more crit into his hidden potential. He's fine. He's covered there. Don't worry about that. Looking at his super attacks, right? His 12 key greatly raises attack and defense for 1 turn. Again, not really anything too crazy. 18 key, he is the opposite of Gohan. He is going to greatly raise his defense for 4 turns on his 18 key. So this right here is going to be huge because, again, as Gohan comes around every time, he's reactivating this with his 18 key, and then he's building up his attack and defense for the turn. He's going to be hitting very hard as the turn progresses. Same thing goes for Piccolo. If you want to throw in some additionals here, he's going to get the defense for 4 turns. Then he's going to be doing a bunch of attack. He's going to be doing a bunch of 12 keys, or at least another 12 key to raise his defense further for that turn, right? Because he doesn't really have additionals built into his kit. So you're going to want additional. The only thing he does have, man, is some damage reduction and some crit, which good, but now you can focus his hidden potential to be dodge, additionals, and defense. Those are the way that I would look at his kit, right? Prioritize the dodge, prioritize the additionals, prioritize the defense. That's the way this boy wants to live. That's what he is. He is a defensive character. He is a team saver with his giant form. So definitely, that is the way that I would look at building him up. Now we'll switch over again to the game where I do have him pulled up here. As you can see, you know, we do have some additionals built in there. He's got the base 5 critical built in. There's nothing I can really do about that one. So he has that built in. Then we've got a bunch of dodge built in, as well as for the orbs, you know, we've got a bunch of defense, a little bit of additional, and a little bit more dodge, because we want this boy surviving. We want him supporting the team. We want him helping out. We want him using that giant form. We just want him to survive. We want him to live. He wants to live, right? We got to help him here. So this is the way that I've built these guys out. Now, is it the most optimal way for every event ever, and for every team ever, and for every player ever? Probably not, right? Because you can tailor these guys to be exactly whatever you want. And that is kind of the beauty and the scary part about the way content is right now, is that it's very just like, it's event dependent, team dependent on the way that you build these characters out. So again, these are just my recommendations. These are the way that I've built them out, this way that I've used them. And so far, they haven't really given me any problems. They've been doing really, really well, and they're very, very fun to use. So hopefully this helps you guys out a little bit here. Again, I'll try to find another way to kind of, you know, tailor and convey like this information. You know, we'll be a little more, maybe a little more flashy, maybe a little more something, but for now, this is the way we've got it. Let me know, give me some feedback on this video down below. If you guys did watch, if you guys did like it, let me know, right? It helps me out, helps me know what to start doing for you guys, how to tailor everything towards you guys, and to make things better for you all. If you guys did stick around to this video, I do appreciate you. Thanks for hanging out with me. Let me know what you guys think of my recommendations for their hidden potential build for the Ultimate Gohan and the Power Awakened Piccolo. Let me know how you guys have built them out, and let me know any other critiques for the way you guys want these videos done, right? Or any other things you guys want to see from me here. I will gladly take it all into account and try to get that stuff out for you guys, because I love doing this. This is fun. Like, subscribe, do the thing, and I'll see you guys next time. See you.